Okay, see what's happening right here. So we have 3 minutes. No void. Overnight session low. I like here. Inside here just looks attractive. Let's just see if we can run through a couple of pairs first. What's next? Gold. Okay. No void. We just took this at 10 a.m. open. Gold's 10 a.m. open has to be very, very important. We haven't had real intent to close above it and stay above it inside normal delivery. So I'm waiting for that. This candle looks awfully unusual. Standing out like a sore thumb. And this low is below it. All right, so I'd be looking to entertain ideas of price coming back downside inside 1925. And then we could open the door for this. But this is if this then that. I like the way this looks. The week has been bearish all along for DXY. It wouldn't be far-fetched to have some kind of bullishness today. So I have to be aware of that much. Let me go mute everyone. Bam, bam. Hola, hola. So, the news is coming out and it's inflation data. It can be tricky to read because the data itself does nothing. It's the reaction to that data that will ultimately drive moves and sentiment. Because I have no reason from higher time frame or fundamentals to suggest the XY bullishness. Anything here is just short term as far as I'm concerned. So if they even drive the market deeper, just makes a better shorts on, better longs on Monday. So keep that in mind that we are still heavily bearish DXY. AU, no void, structure, be structural lows. Let's watch here first. FEG right here inside this down candle. So all of these pairs are giving me a hint of maybe a splash of bullishness before longs. So I would like that. That would make for an interesting day. I think it's out. Splash of bullishness on the XY. Is this frozen? Capital.com. Taps 4M open like a boss. Bam, 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 bam. I would have rather the wick be lower though. This is not convincing. I'd rather the wick be lower. So I want to see a lower wick. The lower wick would make rejection more believable. This range is efficient. I'm going to go over some of that today. But this range is efficient. So this reaction there is fine. But I would prefer just a little wick lower. They want to run it lower, that's fine, but I want a little wick lower to satisfy that little thing that says maybe they want to go lower. If I see it, then I can say, okay, cool, they've already gone lower. We're fine. In the meantime, gold, right? As expected, some downside should come in. AU, some downside should come in. I don't know what appears after this. This is Dow Jones, US 30. ES, let's play a little ES today. Let's entertain a little ES today. Awful lot. No, I'm gonna use the ones that everybody likes. I think it's this one. So I'm gonna drag it all the way up and put it just below AU, like that. So it's this one. This is what the big boys use apparently. So let's analyze this. Maybe even go to a 1 minute chart for fun. Where are we? Engineer deficiency. This guy should be bullish. So if we are bullish, drawn liquidity is going to be obvious. It's going to be this high or the 4 p.m. open. But how do we frame entries around this? Where's that thing? Gun box thing on my jiggy. 50%, we have whatever you want to call this structure, and a big wick. Let's get some run into sell side. That would make today nice. Sells here, reject, market structure shift, offset, and then higher. That would be nice. That would be nice. Either way, I'd want to see price drawn here. Let's go check the other guys. AU moved. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that this has moved before going low. That's not fun. What time is it? 8:33. Let me check the data release. Yeah, this is still weak. The XY is still weak. Still the XY weakness. So the XY is weak. We want to go long NAS. What do we want to see? Sell side runs, discount arrays. This being efficient, I'm going to explain why this is efficient in a bit, is suggesting that this rejection here is high probability. But this is where you have to take a look at the price action and you have to say to yourself, I understand what's likely to happen, but where is the money going? Everyone is seeing that big move now and everyone wants to buy because of the XY weakness. That's going to introduce an entire different or a brand new pool of sell side liquidity down here, which makes for a very nice run. So I wouldn't be long here, not because I can't see the trade idea, but because I don't trust that the time to enter is now. And that's something you'll eventually grow to appreciate. Seeing the move is not the same as the risk involved in that trade idea is valid. Everybody's reacting to that bullishness now, and especially since we got that big candle, they're pulling stops down here. Let me do that thing that I did on ES. 50% of this guy would be coming in here as well. So 11,950, a little bit far. Well, only 50 points, but I'd like to see long setups down there. Maybe 10 o'clock offsetting could get us here and then go higher. So if this wants to chop around, the focus would be at 9:45. I'm bullish. What's the highest high of the day? That high should not be allowed to stay in the market. That is the offset insight. 9:45, if they're going to offset and reverse, the highest high, if you're bullish, should not stay in the market. So that's a rule for when you could not just look at overnight session, but look at a high created inside here. But it's usually overnight session. Let me see if I can find an example. Take this off now. So let's say you were bullish on this day, and you go to 9:45 here. We're bullish, so the highest high before 945 should not stay in the market. In this case, it would be this high. But that's a stop hunt high, which means they can engineer low resistance frameworks or engineer failure swings before running higher. Failure swings, OLR, beautiful. Note, this failure swing was formed after 945. This is bookmaking. Take a look at it. 945, we trade down, 10 o'clock, OLR, failure swing, entry, beautiful. I took this long yesterday, and I wanted to explain the reason for going long here, not just because it was 50% of overnight session, but because of this efficiency, as well as show you why this gold. Yesterday, you could have seen 4 a.m. Doing this and distorting way before it had actually happened. I'm gonna go over that in a bit. But let's continue watching. This is AU. This is ES. So it hasn't moved yet, but we can see willingness to trade lower, and that's what we want. So unless you're gonna be watching every single minute of this live, I'm just interested in the draw, and that 10 o'clock should likely be here to offset and go higher. So now let's get into what I was going to do last night. I'm gonna start with NASDAQ. And I don't need the drawings. I'm gonna remove the drawings, and then I'm gonna call this lesson Balanced Price Ranges. Let me check the chat first. What about GJ? Oh, if DXY is bearish with weakness, GJ is likely to be strong. But I mean, JPY is likely to be strong. So GJ should be pushing lower. I do have GJ on this list because there's someone else that trades GJ. I need to remove a couple of this. I'll remove this one. This list is getting a little bit long. I don't trade US30. I think I had analysis on this. I was looking to be bullish. Okay, I'll remove that as well. I'll remove that. And where is the ESI? It's up there. This is UCAD. This is GJ. So GJ, I'm expecting to be bearish. I don't remember what I annotated on here. But GJ should be bearish. It should be looking to trade lower. This top here, right here, that specific FVG right there has the potential of being traded to again. This by itself is not convincing enough, and you'll see what I mean as soon as I start today's lesson. Don't worry, I got you. But this guy should be going low. Where's the draw? I don't know. I didn't check. Full screen. What's in the chat? BPR goes strong. Couldn't hear what you said about GJ. GJ bearish, Kel. EU for the culture? Sure. Sure. EU for the culture. EU should be bullish on instinct. EU should be bullish since the XY is heavy. What do we have here? We're bullish. Didn't close. Rejection block ideas. This body right here. I would have rather, or I'd be comfortable with longs down here. That's the rejection block. This is the order block at the rejection block. So maybe this is enough. That candle is open, but it's kind of a big candle. Let me grab here. That's kind of a big candle. All right, there. If I was trading EU, this is okay, this entry at 108,646 with a stop all the way down here. That's okay, but my rules would insist that I be more patient. So I gotta do what my rules are saying. But yeah, EU bullish, but I'd want a deeper run. Let me start the lesson before this is the XY, before I run away with something. Okay, so in the past, we've had a couple of discussions about algorithmic theory, in particular, the idea that there's a look back function that starts. The look back function will always be the reference point that we start checking for arrays, PD arrays, imbalances, liquidity, everything. That's always a starting point to check. Now, based on what the look back function is, it can be viewed as the origin of delivery. Let me check that. It's in the chat. Gold should go lower first. Second. So if you look at the look back function as the origin of delivery, you could frame efficient and inefficient delivery in a way that you may or may not have looked at before. 4 a.m. open, we trade higher, buy side deliver only. This is inefficiently traded. When price trades down, below this point, this is all efficiently traded. If we displace away from an efficiently traded range, all retracement should be expected to be a rejection. If we close above here when you're expecting rejection, then that invalidates lower prices. We open, buy side, down, sell side. Down, all sell side. So everything above here is efficient, and this portion in particular, this candle's high, from this candle's high down to here is all one-sided delivery. When price gets back above that, we have a complete balanced price range.
Mr. Ben.
Mr. Ben. When this candle closes above this red line, which is 4 a.m. open, all of this is efficient. All of this is balanced. So if price stays inside here, you open the idea of this acting as resistance, this acting as support, while we're inside here. If it breaks outside of this with speed or creating a FVG, you expect that FVG to be order pairing. So 4M open acting as resistance is technically equilibrium of this range. So if you want to go into the minutia or the fine details, %50 of that range is here. This is where candle bodies go to die if we're bullish. No candle bodies except the down candle, which is fine. Down candles at support, that should be accepted. When we take this high, all systems long. The high is right there. From here, we're all systems long. Imbalance, order pairing should be inside this imbalance. Order pairing was inside this imbalance. We take this high right here. The balance price range is high. Imbalance, order pairing should be inside here. Somehow, magically, we had the BPR being used as 50% of overnight session range. Bodies shouldn't go back below here. Orders were not even paired right here. So when we opened yesterday and price started trading lower, and I saw that this candle was pushing through here, automatic buy at 4 a.m. open. After this ran to 12,000 and it came back, order pairing imbalance. Let's just call it order pairing. An equilibrium of overnight session, automatic buying. But what's important about this is we're buying with the expectation that 12,000 has already been run to. The higher time frame drawn liquidity has been met. If that's been done, we are very likely to see some amount of retracements at 12,000, right? So that's to be expected. So if you put a line at 12,000, after TP it, I didn't sell. I haven't sold. I don't think I took any sells this week because the objective was too close. It's basically premium. Beautiful short nonetheless. I went long here, traded up inside here, highest closing up candle. I exited right here. So now we have stop point high, failure swing, failure swing, failure swing, no offsetting because longs came in the market. This was not a pool of sell side liquidity that we offset into. That would be down here. So when price is lower, more longs. I don't think I bought here. I don't know. I didn't buy here. I bought this. I bought this with the expectation that everything down here has been efficiently traded. FVG, rebalancing macro, 10 a.m. open price, they're asking for it. I bought with the expectation that this high is likely to not stay in the market since order flow is still bullish. This BPR gave me confidence that this was going to hold and this was going to hold, but now we're creating bookmaking fractal. You could look at that stop point candle right there as the end of a delivery because this got to 12,000. So this started new delivery. Price is trading lower in a bullish order flow. That's accumulation. Price trades higher without taking out the high or the first high. Failure swing. This is to be expected. Confirmation and in long. All right. With that logic in mind, let's take a look at this delivery now. We open lower, higher. The BPR is from down here all the way up to this. These two candles represent a BPR simply because of where they are, which makes this down candle real support, which makes this support down candle, take the high, fly. Kind of the rhyme going on there. Then we run higher. Anticipating where this is going to trade to, we'd have to go back to look over here. We have to find a high, a pool of buy side liquidity, something. We have to find something up here to gauge where this is likely to run to. Breaker ideas off the top of my head. High, low, higher, high. This here just jumps out, right? So normal delivery. We trade down, balance price range. In particular, this down candle, reject. So bodies, up candles bodies in particular, are not digging into here. We're not getting any up candles closing all the way down here. It's just big down candles weaken in rejection. This is all very, very efficient, which is why I wanted that wick to just drop deep inside this because the narrative is bullish. So that would tell me running lower through a BPR in a balanced price range means we're not going to close down here. And that would give me a very nice entry. That happened. I still think that we should do some damage to the downside. So if it screams higher, with logic, that's fine. This tapping 8 a.m. open, 8:15 open. That's I can understand that. Would I trade it? Not interested. So, not saying it's not a good trade because that's about all of 10 points. Kidding. Let's see what's in the chat.
Tough crowd.
Da, 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 da,
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd, right? Indeed. Can you explain which low or highs exactly we look for? Offset. So we have to remember what offsetting signifies. Offsetting means that they are taking positions out of the market. If they are taking positions out of the market, what positions would they be taking out? Well, what positions came in? BPR traded above, acting as support, we're trading higher. We're either bullish or this is trading up to buy side to pair shorts. I don't look at it inside here. I look at the orders coming in right here at 8:15. We ran higher. If this guy is bearish, the highest closing up candles low should be taken. I'm going to disregard this big wick because it's a big wick. We haven't seen any trading below this low. Longs are still in the market. Okay. If longs are still in the market and I'm looking for offset to go short, my offset needs to be in a pool of buy side liquidity. So at 9:45, let's put it here. My focus for shorts would be, do we have 9:45 offsetting at the highest high in the market? At this point, it would be here, very close to overnight session high. I'd be looking for that. Because I'm not bearish on the market, I'm already expecting 9:45 to be below here. Because if I was bullish, offsetting or accumulating sell side liquidity would be at the lowest lows or overnight session low. So this comes into play. Same thing at 8:15 open just now, the wick that just came down to balance the range, ignoring the logic. Yeah, yep, because if this wick wasn't there, this would have been sell side, all buy side, efficient. Since it's efficient, it can start chopping inside here. What the focus would be the BPR high. I'm going to use the bodies for simplicity. BPR logic. I would need an expansion now for me to factor in a deeper sell side run. I want a deeper sell side run. So I'm watching that level right there. Okay. Time and price. All of this is efficiently traded. Look at that. I mean, except for this itty bitty piece right here, which is filled. So if they want to come back all the way up to there, that's just very crude in my opinion. But I just want to see them. I just want to see them.
Say that?
Right? I just want to see them take that low and we're fine. All right, let's hop over to gold for the moment. So gold has finally closed above 10 a.m. open. Where's the buy side drawn liquidity? Above here. So this is a failure swing. Where would you like to see the OLR get formed? This looks a little bit sus. This right here looks a little bit sus. And that it should be a little bit clear why I'm saying it's sus. All buy side, sell side, efficiency all the way down here. We're back above 4 a.m. open. So this is all efficient, which means the bodies right here, extend that out. Everything down there is efficiently traded. Wicks are permitted, bodies are not. So whenever we break a high and leave a gap, expect order pairing. We broke a high right here and left a gap. Expect order pairing here. This is when you could mechanically go long with limits. Just go long here, trust the narrative, scalp. Of course, the time frame will play a big factor in how well you could do with these quick setups, but I like this because gold is now inside the pool of buy side liquidity. This could be accumulating shorts to offset and take off. Dabs one time. No? Velocity. AU got a little bit ahead of itself. I don't think this is bullish. Like I was saying, should see some lower prices. Should go lower. Yeah. ES. Where is ES? This is ES. So ES should go lower as well. And that's the level I want to see. Let's read ES. And I think we skipped over AU. Let's do AU first. Open, buy side, efficient, mean inefficient. At this point in time, this is efficiently traded. We trade down right here, which means this is all inefficient. At this candle's close, the lowest low in that is a brick wall. That's an entire balanced price range. In order to break a balanced price range, you need what? Nobody knows.
Speed.
Fast
Speed.
mover with
Speed.
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 That's what you have right here. So this is saying bullishness is still in the market. This is not pairing orders. This is saying bullishness is in the market. They're taking it to accumulate for higher. This needs to trade lower. This is when you can start anticipating them to run fast and random and distort. Because everything is efficient. Today's Friday. There's still work to do down here because of where we are in the range. That's the manipulation that's predictable. Where's gold? Watch it run lower. But before you watch it run lower, let's go to yesterday and look at how you could see order blocks being formed around context and logic. Do you see this BPR right here? Why is it a BPR? We opened, we traded higher, we closed below right here. This is being formed around 4M open. BPR at 4M open means 4M open is going to brick wall.
Brick wall.
So yesterday when we went long here, assuming you went long as well, that was the focus. When we traded into that, I said, take partials. Take partials and enjoy. And I mentioned the distortion that was coming. I didn't expect them to distort all day. But the most important part of this study is you know where to watch for the end of distortion. They didn't. There's no close above that price level. Since this displacement, no close. Which means if you wipe this out and assume that we started normal delivery here, we'd be running for sell side. So then you'd have to go over here and look at these lows. These lows would be the way to look at. So if normal delivery, let me grab that big white box. If normal delivery starts when you remove all of this, it means at this point, that low from over there should be what the algorithm is referencing. That's why we stopped right here. Chopped around inside here until end of day. Completely random. No way to predict it. Kidding. ICT's banter's rubbing off on me.
Random.
So as part of the order block look back function, does the wait, where is it? I lost it. What happened? Let me close and then reopen. As part of the look back function, does algo create BPRs around key opening times? Yes. And that's why they react right there. That's why it's time and then market structure, not just the market structure. But I mean, you guys have seen so many reactions around opening times, structure get formed around opening times. It should no longer be surprise. Did NASDAQ get down there yet? Okay, cool. So NASDAQ Naughty, naughty, naughty. Why did NASDAQ stop right here? Why did the bodies not go below here? Could we have
Rejection
predict?
block.
This
That's a
is just
rejection block.
them holding price inside the range. There's no confirmation that this is bullish or bearish yet. This is where you get chopped up. This is where most persons get chopped up, trying to predict this instead of wait for confirmation here.
So this is just distortion actually.
This is, well,
because it's not taking liquidity nor rebalancing, if not mistaken.
right. Yeah, so it's just chopping around inside a balanced price range. I guess that could be distortion. I look at it more of price being held inside a range. Distortion is more of unnecessary manipulation that needs to come back to normal delivery. I guess. I understand it in my head. I'm just trying to put it in words. So
No,
gold chopping around.
That does make sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. So remember, this imbalance is important because it was formed after we broke a high after leaving a balanced price range. Order pairing takes place right here. Violating this is the first thing to start suggesting lower prices. Doesn't happen as yet, so we chill. Open. Oh wait, I think we did that. So AU was next. Open, higher, lower. All of this is inefficient. At this point in time, everything here is balanced. Chopping around inside the range, deep in premium, deep in the order blocks, then we break low. This here should act as real support. I know we got a little bit of trade through here, but just think of this as real support. Don't let the wicks scare you out. Another thing that should not scare you out is if we are having big up candles closing below this, this support is not being held. Big up candles should not close below support in a bullish market. Big down candles closing at support in a bullish market, perfectly fine. Because inside that big bullish, that big down candle, you could frame fair value. 50%, this is not a big one though. 50% and then all that good stuff. So down candles closing below support is something that you should welcome seeing instead of saying, oh, this down candle is closing below here, we're bearish. No. The down candle is closing below support. You say, if this down candle's high is taken, I go back to being bullish. That's it. Don't be afraid of down candles closing below support. And I'm doing air quotes when I say support. But there's that logic. Beautiful run off that price, and then I wouldn't be expecting that. So this is just very nice to see nonetheless. This is where hyper scalping makes tape reading. It's a good way to look at it. If you can frame this on M1. By the way, I'm seeing a whole lot of persons looking for confirmation on M1. Guys are brave. You have bravery for breakfast. Use the M5. Use the M5 for confirmation and then go to the M1 levels and play them. Play precision around M1. If you're playing narrative around M5, then just enter, put your stop and then be cool. The whole point the M1 is for that precision. It's not for confirmation. It's not for bias. It's for precision. Unless you're trading time. The only time you're allowed to, in my opinion, right? In my humble opinion, the only time you should be confident in going to M1 to do every single thing is when you're using time. So you're not saying this down candle, you're saying this 905 candle, but there's nothing relevant around about 905. That's what I mean. So
or is it?
What was this?
Gidge,
Hey,
quick one. I think it was the 25th on NAS. You said SMRs are followed by distortion.
yes.
Can you clear that up? Because I think earlier on there were a few people confused, and I was a bit confused as well.
Okay.
Can you go through that, please?
Gladly. Give me a sec, let me. I know. This cough is trying to kill me, guys. I don't know what's going on. Must be the eggs. That's a COVID joke. If you've seen the news, that says
That was a good one.
I've heard eggs are very bad for your heart, man.
a whole lot of stuff happening. All right. So let's do this. Let's go market maker models. This is not reteaching market maker models. Better yet, this is the overnight session. All right. If that's the overnight session, and this is 10 o'clock, and we have price accumulating longs before 10 o'clock right here, and then trades up, and we do not offset the longs up here, when 10 o'clock happens, we're likely to get back to 10 o'clock and then we move. This is the SMR. This is the distortion that follows the SMR. Pay close attention to this drawing and what we just said about it. When I say distortion follows a smart money reversal at 10 o'clock, this is what you look for. You look for, do we take overnight session low before 10 a.m. and is the structure smart money reversal? The structure can be a little bit distorted, but don't pay attention to the structure too much. Pay attention to, is 8:15 to 9:30 smart money reversing, right? That's a word. Smart money reversing below the overnight session low. Then if we don't get offsetting, then that's perfect. I would rather this do what it wants to do. Oh, by the way, if this runs higher and takes overnight session high, then it comes back. Any entries here must blow through that high. So let's call that type 1. All right, type 1. Bam. Type 2 would be what you're thinking but not saying, but I got you. The SMR, the distortion failing to take that high, rebalancing, let's say this is 10 a.m. open, and then run.
And does that rebalance is from 11, yeah?
Yeah. Rebalance is
cool.
going to be at 11.
So from 10 to 11, you can expect some type of distortion if we get a reversal, and eventually we return to roughly 10 a.m. price or exactly 10 a.m. price.
Right. Now you could, based on the delivery, there's a couple of things that you're going to have to trust your common sense on for this part, because what's important is what you want to see. There are no set rules about where this should be inside the range. And I could go as far as saying there are too many different variations for this to be a set rule. So you have to add confluence. Do we have 10 a.m. confluencing with 4 a.m. open? Do we have a BPR? Do we have 8:15 open? Lots of confluences can be blended around this idea to give you confidence that that low is going to be support. A lot of confluence can be blended around this to say that the bodies should be here, but the wicks can do that. This could be a time, an important time. It could be coming from over here. I don't know. Like I said, there's too much variations that I've seen in 3 years of this happening for me to say that this is exactly what it's going to be. I just use rules. Gold close below the FEG.
Kiss, just while you're on that,
Mhm.
I think the example that everybody was a bit confused on,
25th.
I think, yeah, on the 25th, because we had price at the right time in the right place, but then what happened is I think 10 o'clock then wicked below the offset, and then it continued upwards.
This is the 25th.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about it.
This is the day.
Just, I think to get it clear in my head, is it the fact that because now we've had a smart money reversal before 10, essentially from 10 till I guess the price of, there's a candle there, a green candle off of the low, the third one along, that touches back into the 10 a.m. price. We can say that that's distortion. So I guess there was probably no way to anticipate that happening.
Okay.
Or was there?
Here's my question. 10 a.m. open is right here. Did we have a smart money reversal before 10 a.m.?
It looks to me no.
Anybody saying yes? Anybody for yes? Going once,
Yes.
going twice?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Where was the smart money reversal done?
It was actually after 10. Because
So-
they created the order block, but they needed to raise the order block before we reverse. So that's around 10:30, if not mistaken.
Okay, let's do this.
Can I ask a question? Oh,
Go ahead. Let me, before I start.
what I was gonna say is, even though price goes below during the offset time, is a way to look at distortion maybe to see what the delivery was like before it and see if anything needs to complete, for lack of a better word.
No, that's you going into the market looking for distortion. You shouldn't go in the market look for distortion. Instead, you should anticipate if distortion is coming in. I'm trying to put that there.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by if the delivery before 10 needs to. So, for example, like on this example, there was an imbalance left during the offset period. So was that imbalance in a way being offloaded before we could continue with the offset? Not the offset, but the reversal.
It's a very complex question. So let me get this explanation out first, and then you tell me if it's still a little bit unclear. Cool?
All right, cool.
Okay. 945 candle opens right where this box starts. If you're looking for offset, where would you want to see price being offset?
In the liquidity pool.
And the sell side liquidity pool.
Annotate. Nice. R3. Yes. Good. This. Align. Bang. So we need to offset this low, which means if I am being bold and trying to predict the delivery, and I want offset right here, what do I want to see to be bullish?
Right below the
Order
close.
block created, market structure shift.
Good. So we'd want to see Olivia and Shakir went short gold. Congrats. So you want to see that. Let's just put a high on it for confirmation. Then we want to see that high taken.
Mm.
Then we want to see price being traded to. Well, we wouldn't care much about 4M open price right here, because do we have a BPR here?
No, we do not.
No, we don't. So that's when you can expect 4M open to give it up. Trying to undo
Nice.
the box.
Mm.
Ah,
There's a lot of sauce going on today.
yeah. Today is Friday, so lots of sauce.
Thanks to Mr. Ben.
Saucy.
So, how would you interpret this delivery if this down candle is just one big down candle and price is staying inside it? It would mean do nothing until that gets rated, which means even if they take this low, it means nothing to you if you're bullish. Make sense? So you're either going to miss out on continuation shorts or do nothing, because price trading below that candles has nothing to do with being bullish. Unless you're going to go to an M1 chart and frame this structure to be maybe a candle comes up and then fails to go above that like that, and then we take the low for OLR, and then that happens, and then you could start stalking early
Can I
entries.
just ask, is this inside, like this is when 945 candle, this is the context for this explanation?
Yes, the
Right, cool,
945 down candles. It doesn't have to be
Got you.
exactly at 945, but you want it within the 945 to 10 time window.
Understood. Yeah, thank you.
So that makes confirmation super easy. So now let's go back to let's take a look at this. When would you be bullish here?
Oh my god, my eyes. That's amazing. Just seeing that there, like, oh.
See what I'm saying now?
Yeah, so fair value for once we close above there, and then you get but we also have the fair value gap through the high of that candle.
Indeed.
So that's fair value for buying in that fair value gap. I'm not annotating, but that the one I'm talking about there.
Indeed. That's why I bought this down candle.
Actually, Kish, you would have went long over here. So let's be. You know why you went long over there.
I actually didn't go long here. I didn't trust it. My first entry was here in this at 11,590 something, and then 11,604 in this down candle. That's where I went long. If I clear the drawings and put that cursor on, this is 11,604 inside here, and then this was 590 something inside here.
If following my rules, I would have been long if we went below over here. If we just went below over there, I would have bought without even thinking about it.
Okay, cool. So now that's the most mechanical rule-based entry. Now, if we're here and you could see 10 a.m. open and there are no up candles closing below 10 a.m. open, in particular, no big up candles closing below 10 a.m. open, which says that we're breaking, retracing, and expanding, you could switch to aggressive mode and start looking for down candles highs being taken out. Okay.
Yeah, if the I think you said it. If an order block is created and before the market structure, it needs to get rated before we go into market structure shift.
There, I was about to say that next, so I guess I don't need to. OB before MSS gets rated, which means you can anticipate if a OB gets rated before MSS in a bullish context and you don't see convincingly bearish structure. I'm not saying you'll always get it right, but you could trust small risk here. This is a small stop. This is 49.
No, that's not a lot. It's like 10.
It's candle.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a lot.
A 10 pip loss is something you shouldn't be afraid of.
Nope.
which candle are you using as an OB in this context?
I would use this one.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So when you went long at this down candle here, was that because you took out this high?
One sec.
Would you use that candle alone, or would you use both of them and split it?
You could use the entire range, because in this case, all the range is down candles. You could just use that and split it. I do that if it was one candle. I usually split and use 50% for confirmation.
Okay. Cool.
Did that yesterday as well, but yeah, that's the. How do you get back? This is slow and painful. Slow and painful. Imagine if you wanted to go along here because you saw this big push up. You're playing this candle as an order
Sorry,
block.
just to go back to that example, you took the long, but before the market structure shift and order block validation. Is that right?
Yeah,
Or-
because the CSD at the low.
Right.
Down candles high started getting traded through.
Fair enough.
Calculated risk. Calculated risk.
Yep. Fair enough.
See what gold did. Somebody said they were. Oh. So yeah, gold is getting down there. I like that. Big up candles. Where is the order pair in here? We didn't close below. This up candle is not closing below here. Thoroughly not interested in longs. AU crashed. Look at that. Imagine everyone trying to buy AU on the retracement. Where should it be drawn to again? Oh yeah.
Question.
Right there. Yep.
With AU right now, just because of what's happened, even if we did offset, this would be low probability conditions, isn't it?
Can you find a pool of logical buy side liquidity higher?
Not today.
Okay. Well,
Not
since
today,
this
but-
has already been taken out, if I'm looking for
Actually, yeah, you
buy
can.
side,
Sorry.
I'd have to be looking over here.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, when I said not today, I meant not in today's price action.
Oh, yeah. Today is not a day I'd want to be bullish.
Cool.
Well, not right out of Jump Street. 10 a.m. MSS would be way more profitable for me. This is why I'm saying that all of this should likely get offset at 10 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
MSS, E-mini. Look at that. Now, you know what's going to be funny? If ICT posts a video going short here. That's going to be funny. Because then you know why he went short. But
Guys,
still,
I think he's definitely watching you, by the way.
Oh, the secrets are being revealed.
so many ICT videos have been posted that look like 2022 TCM. I'm laughing.
Yep.
I was laughing. Yeah.
And he's even made certain comments.
Yeah. I saw him talk about macros at 9 to 12:30 or something like that. I'm like, stop lying. Stop lying. But then again, we have
And then
to
he said
respect ICT.
950 to 1010 for the, instead of calling it offset, he said look for a
A
rebalance.
macro.
For,
A macro.
yes. Yes.
You know, you got to
Guys,
respect the father to introduce him, but it's funny that all this is coming to light.
It's also funny because, like I've said, remember ICT says he cannot specifically say things. He has to create a language that gets you close enough.
Right.
So
Is he NDA'd or
respect
something?
him.
Very, very like heavily NDA'd or something like
yeah,
that.
he said that.
Right.
He said he's
Right,
under
fair enough.
NDA. So
Fair enough.
Didn't he say he got abducted by men in black suits as well?
Right, but he's also showing the tweets at the right times.
you notice that too, right? You notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ICT is a funny one, guy. ICT is a funny one.
He's a fascinating guy, isn't he? Like, it's like, thank you for introducing us all to this, but you're mental, mate.
All right, so today I said I was going to trade today. It's been a good week. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen the Roger Banks interview?
I haven't. I heard Dwayne talking about it though. Is it good?
It's alright.
I mean, I have respect for Roger. I
Yeah,
have.
me too.
Yeah, I've seen him talk about stuff, and he definitely understands price, but he's too convinced that.
It's not the. It's not it.
Yeah. I can't understand why anybody would still doubt it after seeing so many things.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they keep fighting over it. I mean, there are different ways for you to make money in the market. I mean, if it's not SMC, if it's supported with this, I mean, I'll props to you, right?
Everybody is making money using different trading methods.
Exactly.
I will never attack somebody's methodology. I'm simply saying this is what I do. If you don't believe me, thank you for your opinion. Have a nice day. We don't need to be at war because you see something else. I don't. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that ICT doesn't work doesn't make you money or make him money. So why would you waste your time doing anything that doesn't make you happy or make you money?
Even talking about it.
Huh?
I said, even talking about it's crazy. I mean, it's like when somebody is proving something to you day after day after day, you keep saying, no, that doesn't work because maybe he tried it before and maybe he thinks it's difficult. So that, and maybe he failed when he tried it. So he's thinking, nah, this doesn't work. Maybe you should just say, this doesn't work for me.
Okay.
He's a
Well, yeah.
paid actor, bro. They're trying to get us off the scent. That's my theory.
This BPR is a paid actor. This delivered today, the paid actor. It's to script. ES just needs to run here now and then everything is perfect. ES is the only thing not yet where it needs to be. AU showed up for work very, very nicely. This entry was textbook. Yeah, like everything today is just to script. OP being used as inversion level to script. What's this? NASDAQ closing below. Where is it going? Where is it going?
Hey.
Retracement seek imbalance or internal liquidity. Do you see any imbalances or internal liquidity inside here? The delivery from here, every potential FEG has been filled in. Everyone. If I was a gambling man, I'd go short. Above one of these.
Local man would have done that.
Yeah, above one of these wicks. Maybe let's see if we can get that one. But where did I put my stop? Where would I put my stop here? I can't frame risk around this. I don't like this trade. How many persons do that? How many persons see a logical run and only think about the entry and don't think about what's a logical place to put my stop? All the way up here? That's fine. If there's a chance it could go all the way up here, then I could wait for a better entry up here instead of FOMOing into the trade. But yeah,
There's not a lot of liquidity in the market.
2023 no stop loss. Ah, you guys are funny. One or two more examples of this BPR. Sure. You want me to go into previous day? You want to pick the pair? Or do you want to pick the pair? EU. Okay, EU, the paid actor. This delivery is, it's actually very nice, I must admit. Like, that's a nice 50 pips in gold. AU down there. ES. UCAD with the speed. All right, let's take a look at UCAD first. All right, we'll just go to every pair until we get to EU. Do we have a BPR at 4M? Yes, no, maybe so.
No.
No, we don't. No.
Which means you don't expect
No.
4M to push
No,
price
we don't.
lower, right? So you don't expect 4M to push price lower, which means this or this is a failure swing.
Yes.
So you know what to expect next. Bam, 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 moon.
Actually, Kish, if you account this, wouldn't this also be a BPR after a while, like this part?
Here,
After the area above? The
after we
one that-
close above this.
Yeah.
No.
and then
After we close
the-
above that.
Yeah, and the run over here would have been an entry.
So take a look at, yeah, I was about to say that. So take a look at this down candle at the BPR, this displacement. I'm buying that. Aggressive for a run higher. So good logic. Next one, what's this? EU.
So, Kish, on the UCAD,
Mhm.
where would you go? Where would you go bullish from? Because I can see the down candle that broke the low right here.
Mhm.
This candle here. Would that be your market structure shift?
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at, let's dissect this. Take the annotations off. Let's go to good old M1. Market structure shift takes place when you close above that FVG right here. There. On this time frame. So if we went to M1 and we look inside here, we could M1 very likely find a reason to go long. Now, it's already jumping out at me, but can you see a reason to go long when price closes above this blue line?
Or the block creation inside the fair value gap down candle. And
Indeed.
then, yeah, close above. Yeah.
Indeed. So long here stops either down here on rules or open for risk and put it below the FVG and target the highest high of the day, which is going to be up here. So
OLR starts the move.
indeed. So
Fractal.
this to here is the most or the highest probability setup. And that's 3R for the RR persons, or pip count, or higher time frame objective, or previous day. Do we have a high from previous day? We do. We have this high from previous day. That would have been my draw. Nice and easy. Let's go back to M5.
Now my next
Call them now. If they don't come.
Oh, it's 9:30. Let me go back. Let's see. Then I'll get back to EU in a second.
Gold absolutely collapsed.
All right. So if this is a BPR and this is pushing through this fast, would you consider this candle to be bullish? Nobody knows.
Wait. What's the question again?
No, I wouldn't.
Why
Yeah.
not?
The BPR your speed and yeah.
If it's gonna break a BPR, it needs speed. But in order for it to be considered as a break, we need to close above the BPR.
Close above the BPR, yeah.
So this is something that you just watch. Do what you want to do. Just wait for it. At 33 minutes in, let's go to M1.
I still think that's low volume in the market right now.
Yeah, at 33 minutes in, I don't want to see it start confirming whether or not this is a BPR by taking up candles lows. So about 15 seconds left. Let's see if the next candle takes this candle's low.
Why 33, Kish?
I just like 33.
There's something more to that.
Let's see.
Oh, that's interesting. Wait, 9:30. Before you used to say wait 5 minutes after 9:30. Now you said 9:33.
No. I'm not saying 9:33. I'm picking 9:33 because this is a 5-minute candle that's been manipulated. So CSD happens in the third candle.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, because you said you can treat 5-minute candles like a weekly profile.
Can
Indeed.
you say that again? Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
In a 5-minute candle that's been clearly manipulated, CSD happens in the third candle.
How do you even retain all this
Whoa, my gosh.
What's your IQ? Kish? That's what I want to know.
About 4, I think. About 4.
Probably 1,000.
0.4.
So now clear run on buy side, but no clear run on sell side. And this down candle is already closed. I don't have a reason to be bearish here. We could start going ninja mode here down to that candle's low and then waiting. No confirmation, just waiting. So let's see what they do now. And wait for it. And now.
You thought you were cool when you did that, didn't you? You were cool still, I won't lie.
Me? Me? It didn't happen. There's no confirmation here. This is nothing is happening. If I say no and it doesn't move, then I'm wrong about the timing or something's happening and I'm offside. Price level, I'm not wrong about. So this is Friday's delivery right now. Technically Friday.
So, Kish, typically, when would you be expecting a CSD as opposed to MSS? Because I'm still struggling trying to figure that out.
I like CSD in a bullish market if we trade down to internal sell side. We just need a CSD at that point. The order flow on a higher time frame is clearly bullish, and we trade down intraday to grab internal liquidity. You blend that with time, 8:15, 10 a.m. CSD at those times is very nice. If you get CSD and MSS, then that's even better. So the first M5 candle is closed. I think we are above here. So don't sell this. This would not be something I want to sell. I cycle through the other pairs.
So
Naz is being manipulated. Naz is clearly being manipulated. Naz is being manipulated. Gold is tanking. AU is probably tanking.
That sell on gold is beautiful.
ES is not moving. Yeah. Something is happening with NASDAQ. Maybe it's waiting for 10 o'clock. Maybe it's waiting for 9:45. Who knows? But I know that this is not bullish. This cannot. Let me not even say all that madness, because I didn't create the algo. I didn't author the
No,
algo.
no, you can't say that and just take it back though.
Nah. But yeah, this is not bullish. This is not bullish. It's just waiting. It's waiting for something. I am not sure. See, oh, I think I was going to look at. Whoa, what's going on here? You guys
That's
are
why I
out
say
for
that
blood.
sell on. That's why I say that sell on gold is beautiful.
Yeah, these guys are out for blood, man. Olivia, she closed it too early. Where did you target, Olivia? 4 a.m. open? Yeah, figured it. Once you said you closed it, I figured that 4 a.m. open, which is not bad. It's not bad. The close below here, this up candle, not going back above the order pairing, that would give me my first confirmation to go short again. All right, ES speeding up. No, this is not ES. What am I talking about? This is AU. Why are we going back inside the BPR? Do we have imbalances or internal liquidity? We do. We have a couple imbalances inside here. We could want to go back to equilibrium with this up candle and play around. Here's ES, same idea. Itty bitty imbalance inside here. Right there. I don't see anything else. Well, I see this as well. I don't trust this for a short. I can't comfortably put my
Yes,
stop on this side.
your ES is delayed.
Oh, yes. It
You
went
have to
higher.
use.
Yeah, it went higher.
Oh,
Yeah, it went higher. Maybe use S&P or something like that.
My bad. US 500. Is this? Where is it? Okay, cool. Now I can see. So BPR. Yeah, I don't think this is bullish either. I don't think either of these are bullish. But I can't see what they're going for right here. Absolutely wild. I don't think this is bullish. There's no short entry. I wouldn't be overthinking it. I find it hard to believe that they would just come back with this alone. Speed through that. For that alone. And these people are cruel. It's kind of what I was saying. The only reason to expect this to push higher is if they're absolutely cruel.
Yeah, Kish, I have a question. I think it's outside of trading. The HFM card, does it work very well? Have you got any issues with it?
No issues. So far, no issues so far. Okay. If I have any, the only problem I'm having is with my stupid bank. But
yeah, they don't like you depositing all them funds.
Nah. What happened was I have an email trail that shows I've been emailing them from maybe early January going into December about missing transactions on my account. And I went into, my lawyer said I should go into the institution if customer service isn't helpful. So I went into the bank, speaking to a supervisor. Supervisor is asking me for a case or reference number. So I'm saying they didn't give me one. They just asked me questions. She was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna have you talk to somebody. Somebody called me on the phone while I'm talking to the supervisor, and I found it to be extremely stupid. But because he was saying that it's a different department, I was like, fine. Somebody called me. I told him about the supervisor requesting the reference number. They're like, yes, they'll provide it. Like, all right, cool. Can you send it in my email? Because I want everything in writing. I don't want word of mouth or anything. They said, yes, it would be sent. My battery died because I woke up and I just went to the bank in the morning. So my battery died. Later, somebody called me and they were saying the case is being logged, case number is being created, and I said, can I get it in email? They say they're going to make a request to see if I can get it in email. All right, cool. All is good. 2 days later, somebody else called me saying that they're calling me back because they received a callback request. So I'm saying, so you don't have any idea what's going on then. I'm supposed to explain everything to you again. And then, they're trying to customer service me with all the nice words. And I'm like, nah, I don't have time for this. Then the guy said he has the reference number. I'm like, all right, cool. Send it to my email. They can't send it for security purposes. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't send something to my email that's on file for security purposes when I requested the information for security purposes? So I basically told him that you're not helpful. I don't want anything over the phone, and I hung up. Told my lawyer, she said I should request the matter to be escalated. I did that, and supervisor called. No, I lie. A representative called me.
Sorry, Chase.
Yep.
Sorry to cut you off, but would it be considered CSD if the second green candle got traded through? That is this one.
This one here?
Would it be considered? Yeah.
It would be considered CSD, but this is not the candle that closed above the liquidity. So CSD early entries, sure, but confirmation would be this candle's low.
Right.
Yep. So the supervisor who called me, when the representative called me and I told her I wanted it to be escalated, they transferred me to a supervisor. Supervisor was saying they can't send the information over for safety purposes. I'm like, that makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Then they told me that if anybody should ask me for the reference number, I could give them kind of like a tax number for Jamaicans, and they'd be able to find it. I'm like, all right, cool. And so far that's it. I don't know what next steps are. So I'm so
like
close
they're-
to just so
sounds
close
like
to
they're
considering.
stealing your money.
So the lesson is always call the lawyer.
Yeah. I'm getting everything in writing. I mean, Bolt lost 13 million US, so who am I to? But anyway,
Are they withholding your money? Was that what the beginning of the story was?
yeah, basically.
They are. That's outrageous. Damn.
13 million? That's all?
Oh, that's all. Somebody said that's all. Yeah, Bolt invested in a retirement fund, 13 million USD, and it is lost. Account is empty.
Wow, crazy.
Crazy.
And it's gone.
What,
Time for you to migrate.
Oh, you saw that video? You saw that video? The guy who said, and it's gone? The South Park
Yeah,
video?
bro. Yeah. Bro, it's so funny. So
Oh,
funny.
that's so funny.
That's
But
crazy.
what are we gonna do? All right.
It looks
Don't
like
trust
now
anything.
it's gone.
Would you ever give somebody that much money to handle for you?
To manage for me?
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
No, I can manage it myself.
No. Let's just say you would retire, you're 70, 80 years. You don't want to do anything with trading anymore. You just say, okay, let me just,
I have 2 letters for you. 2 letters. EA.
Exactly.
2 letters for you.
How much?
EA, and that's it.
On a serious note, how much would you sell that EA?
Would you sell if I would sell my EA?
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell my EA.
Wait, Kiss, you have an EA?
Me? No.
I've seen the tweets, Kish. I've seen the tweets.
I do.
Was
How much is it for loaning
was
then?
it difficult to make?
I just provided the instructions really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone is laughing then.
You provide me the instructions.
Loan us the instruction.
Where Catherine at? Let's call Catherine.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably. I mean, if Catherine could do EA, that would be nice. Somebody had asked me to look at BPRs on EU. I don't remember. Let's do that before we wrap up the call. From here to here, basically all sell side. When we trade up above that opening price, it means that body here and higher is BPR. If we displace below the bodies and leave an imbalance, that's going to be order pairing. No imbalance, no imbalance, imbalance. But this is not even, I wouldn't consider this displacement. I don't like that for displacement. I like this more for displacement as a BPR. So this would be order pairing for me. I would short this. Make sense?
I've always wondered how when 8:30 comes around, you're like, I'm done for the day. I'm like, what? Now I get it. Now I see what you're doing. I see a bit of insight here.
Yeah, I mean, if you short this is what 1087. This is 1084. That's like 30 points or 30 pips. Drawn down to exactly where we thought it would have been. Didn't expect it to take all of the lows, so that would have been bonus. And game over. Then back to regular scheduled programming.
I'll wait for the OLR.
Yeah.
If you get OLR, I will buy it then.
This would be Euler essentially.
Yeah, that one, or if we get one inside over here. If you get one here, I will be okay to buy that too.
Okay. Hey.
I'll go over OLR, please.
Go over OLR?
Okay. So how do you pay fair value for buying with after a market structure shift or CSD? How do they work, or OB?
Okay.
How do you pay the reaction after those?
I'm gonna take off all the drawings here. Overnight session low. If an order block is gonna be formed, I want it to be the candle, down candle that closes below here. That's the anticipation. Done. Got my order block. For market structure shift, I'm going to need a close above that imbalance. Once I get my order block validated and a close above this, I'll entertain longs inside this area here.
So would that area there be considered fair value for buying?
Indeed.
Where would your stop typically go? Because I would think all the way at the bottom here is too far.
So here's the I guess the little bit of insights that you'd have to factor in when doing this. We don't trade levels, we trade the reaction at the level.
Right.
So if we trade down and create a down candle here, I'm expecting that down candle to start the expansion. So I would enter when price takes that down candle's high, and I'd be putting my stop below fair value for buying.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So then you get a little bit of flexibility. Exactly at FEG, it's a little bit of madness. Below the FEG plus spreads, here's an up candle low below here. That could be fine since up candles low should not be breaching bullish order flow. So that's a little bit of refinement that you could add and make that beautiful. What's below EU? UJ. I don't think this is bullish, but let's assume for a second that you want it to be bullish. You want the down candle that closes here. This is a large one. So if it's a large candle, split it. Grab this. When you close above that, I'm good. I'm looking to long inside here. I'd play this is a dealing range being created, or this could be a dealing range being created. If you get early CSD right here, when we close above and retrace lower, I would buy this to create the dealing range, knowing that it's likely to retrace back down inside here, which means either all the position or 80 to 90% comes off here, and I look for new entries. What is this? GU. If I'm bullish, same idea, in my down candle below here, down candle gets traded through. There is no FEG inside here. So if we're looking for order block to be created at a low, and there is no FEG when price is taking the low, how do you frame market structure shift?
Close above the low.
Close above the low, which means at this point in time, when this candle closes, is when I'm bullish. So then you'd have to decide, am I going to enter here or am I going to wait? This would be a trade that misses me.
Because no confirmation.
No,
Because
we got
it's not like
confirmation.
you.
No entry.
Right. No entry, pardon me. Yeah.
Very, very cute.
And then right. Okay, there's no rejection blocks idea in any of these.
What's this? GJ traded down into a level I identified for some strange reason. I don't remember why, but I can see why this level is identified. Now I did this before we did the BPR lesson. Can you understand now why this was identified?
Yeah,
Why
that's
I said that?
imbalance.
Right. So this is all sell side. We're very likely to retrace back inside here. That's how you could spot high probability imbalances and scalp them with velocity. Pairing BPR, the same as pairing liquidity. I've never heard the term pairing BPR before. A few days ago, you said it was difficult day to trade 2 clusters and NAS. Can you go over that day? It was, let me go back to NASDAQ. I think it was last Friday. Last Friday was me getting caught up in lower time frames, and I took a loss going short here. I don't think it was that. No, it was last week. It was here. I took a loss inside here last Friday because there was a void on the left. I wanted to see the void get filled, balanced, and then displaced lower. It didn't happen. So I was watching them create the engineered buy side to be taken out. Patiently watch all of that. Limit missed right here for the long. So I'm thinking I could get my short in the rebalancing macro. So I identified the game plan, which would be to wait for 11 to trade higher, wait for them to create a FEG, trade below it. They did, close below right here. I went short here, stopped at the high. I got stopped out here. No more trading. That day. The day before that, I took a loss on NASDAQ. Wednesday. Today's Friday. I took a loss on NASDAQ here. I think it was here. If you take a look at this, you see the down candles close below here. I'm thinking longs are coming in the market because the order we hadn't reached to 12,000 yet for the drawn liquidity. So I'm looking at this and I saw early CSD confirmation here and I went long. My stop at 11,640 and I got stopped out right here. I had like 3 or 4 positions on. I got stopped.
Right, that's why you said that's early CSD because it's not the candle that took the low, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So when you take trades like that, calculated risk. I was gonna say it's a calculated risk.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, I was gonna say so CSD is pretty much kind of like OB validation, isn't it? Would you say?
Yeah. That's it. Early OB validation. But you have to decide, is it the actual OB being validated or is the order flow just showing you that we're getting CSD? Usually it's not the actual OB. But again, it's calculated risk. You don't have to take those. You could wait for actual confirmation. But as an aggressive trader, calculated risks are part of my daily trading.
Yesterday was also
your repertoire.
Indeed. Indeed. But I got my
revenge.
Oh, Nate?
Yeah, I think yesterday was also a good example though, where the engineered buy side took sell side and then took buy side again. You see?
Yeah. Cruel delivery. Absolutely cruel. So when I went long here and this didn't push, I closed, I left. I didn't come back until over here. Beautiful entries down here, but I like this. I took that instead. But when I have to end this one now, I have a call at 10.
Wait, one last question, please.
Sure, what's up?
How far back in time have you collected data? Like how far back?
Far. I think I went as far as, I remember, what's it called again? Soft forks. Soft forks allows you to go far. And I downloaded all the soft forks data. And I may have mentioned this before. One day, one Saturday, I got up and I was studying and I just got carried away. Nobody stopped me. Nobody told me to get up for food because I'm living alone. I was living alone. And I just back tested all day. I only got up for bathroom breaks. I didn't even feel hungry. Didn't even feel thirsty.
Bloody hell.
And I got up to stretch. I got up to stretch. That's it.
So are we talking 20 years, 30 years, 40 years?
Yeah, roughly about that.
40 years.
Yeah.
What?
I've done a lot of data.
Doesn't it show?
40 years? That's
Can't
it?
you tell?
Someone said that shit.
Wait, and in those 40 years, these concepts still reign true. For example, offset.
Yeah. I mean, don't take my word for it.
No. 40 years of data, I'm taking your word for it. I'm sorry.
No, when I meant don't take my word for it, I mean, you could pull up any random year, pull up a random 5-minute chart and check what happens.
All right, I need to get soft forex then. I will do.
So you mean to tell me you have a sample size of over like 800?
I mean to say I've collected data from over about 10,000. The assumption is that I'm doing 40 years on one pair. No. I was doing EU, GU, AU. And that was back when I used to trade EA and GA. Trust me when I say that, my eyes are glad that I don't study this much anymore.
So how many years back have you gone on one pair?
Maybe about 40. Like seriously, no joke, about 40.
Shit, man. I respect you, man, highly.
Trust me. I can't stress how much work I've done. None of this came easy. Most of this was all created from just seeing the same things over and over. That's why I'm saying Zoom is not a fractal, it's an understanding. Zoom, I could go as far as to say Zoom is a market maker fractal. But I'll explain. Not a market maker model.
I can trust that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I've been trying to share since the beginning.
I mean, we've seen it happen so many times. I mean, it's not that. Then what is market maker models then?
But yep. I'm a call right now, so I will get back to you guys later, and I'll upload the recording.
Call this video Mr. Ben Paletto Rogers.
Definitely. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
You too, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Kish.
Thank you.
Cheers, Kish, mate. Thank you.
Cool.